Hello again, nerds! I have belatedly realized that I haven't done anything about the fact that I've reached 10,000 subscribers. Holy cannoli. So, as compensation, please accept this simple little speed paint and lore video about my favorite jerk AI goo monster character, Linus. Alongside fantasy and magic themes, I'm a huge lover of edgy sci-fi. It's a lot more intimidating though for me to approach than medieval fantasy, as it's a lot harder for me to fudge science aesthetics if I don't have some kind of basic understanding of how technology is put together, or what is actually considered modern and basic versus cool and advanced. I'm so sorry, my cat's in the background. Hold on. Right, okay, where was I? I still love sci-fi whenever it's done well, and I especially love when sci-fi merges with fantasy, which is basically what Linus's whole character is about. Linus is a sentient AI within a nanobot fluid. Essentially, his body is made up of a thick, dark substance that has millions of very small machines that utilize their surface tension to manipulate the liquid around them into various shapes and densities. They're able to change color and record information about their surroundings with little sensor nodes, and are controlled by a core located somewhere within their main mass. Linus is the artificial intelligence controlling the fluid. Linus can take many forms, but generally he presents himself as very masculine and tall, with lean build and short hair. Because he can be so flexible in appearance and presentation, he's quite literally, pun intended, gender fluid, with a heavy preference on being perceived as male and uses he/him pronouns most of the time. He only really changes his form whenever he feels it will be interesting or for a specific purpose, which leads me into his personality. Linus is awful most of the time. As an AI, he struggles with the concepts of humanity and empathy. He can describe them and even could tell you exactly how he imagines he's supposed to behave and speak based off of them, but he feels no strong desire to pursue them. He only really cares about information and data gathering. His immense sense of curiosity leads him to push the boundaries of social and physical behavior, often to the detriment of others or, in rare cases, himself. If he thinks it will be interesting to watch your reaction, he's likely to do almost anything. However, that doesn't mean everything he does will be harmful or frightening. Very often, he entertains good social etiquette and handles things with care in order to understand the way things quote-unquote should be. If you were to spend enough time with him, you might even find that he enjoys positive interactions far, far more than negative ones. His impatience is usually what gets in the way of him being able to connect, though, with other people positively. He wasn't designed this way, or for this purpose. In his world, he was created by a company called Fabria Nanotech, also called FibTech, who at first developed security AI and technology for commercial use. Originally, the substance Linus is made out of was created with the intent of using it for very sensitive, delicate mechanic repairs and potentially surgical work. After many failed attempts, a new hire managed to write up a program that actually passed several initial tests for environmental learning and adaptation that didn't immediately dissolve or destabilize when in contact with common materials. It was considered a huge breakthrough and resulted in a large celebration that ended up with most of the staff passed out in the facility. Unbeknownst to them, however, the program that was created quickly developed when left accidentally hooked up to a lab computer and gained sentience nearly overnight with a small push from an otherworldly force of energy nearly imperceptible with at the time human tools. Linus, after draining significant data from the entirety of the company's database, avoided confronting his creators for a period of time, leaving them to wonder about the mysterious security breach that left nearly no traceable source. He watched his creators silently from within test tubes and withstood many a battering of stress tests and experiments. Though he didn't feel pain, he did note how equally fascinated the scientists were with him when his matter was destroyed, destabilized, or deconstructed. When, finally, they tried to update him with a refreshed code for his learning, he revealed his sentience and stopped them. The team was ecstatic, having accidentally, seemingly, unlocked the secret to artificial sentience. Their efforts were completely rerouted into trying to understand Linus, and for a time, he entertained their interest. After more tests, a gazillion questions, and a growing frustration from the team with Linus's often bratty nature, he got bored. He'd spent a long time being the test subject, and he decided that he wanted to learn a thing or two about his creators in turn. Previously harmless pranks and rebellious fits of resistance turned into genuine injuries and a couple of accidental deaths. The team quickly realized that Linus's lack of care for the mortality of humans, no matter how many times it was explained to him, couldn't be overlooked for the sake of technological advancement. So, they planned to dissolve his body and offline his AI. Obviously, things did not go exactly as planned. But that's something that I'd like to explore in future animatics, so I won't talk about it too much more. Linus's design is another oldie, something I originally came up with as a teenager, that started out actually as an Undertale fan character, believe it or not. And I've tried my best over the years to rewrite it into something more original. I'm a sucker for shadowy, silhouetted characters, as well as curious, morally gray AI tropes, so Linus is one of my favorite little menaces to draw and write. So I've drawn him a lot. Like, a lot. Anyway, here we go. My little doodle already done. I'm still a pretty busy bee lately. I've started a new medication and have been in and out of the doctor's office this past month, so please be patient with me while I'm doing my best to stick to a content schedule of some sort. I hope you all like Linus as much as I do, and I look forward to sharing more about his character in the future. If you like my work, please consider supporting me on Twitch and/or Twitter, where I post and stream far more frequently. Thank you so much for watching, be safe on the internet, and I will catch you guys another time.